Flash episode 8, Flash versus Arrow. Definitely a great mid-season finale episode. At least I believe it was. They didn't really tout it as the mid-season finale, but I'm pretty sure these two are the mid-season finale episodes. I thought it was a great first start. It was officially the Flash versus Arrow portion of the, Flash versus Arrow, 2 night event. Even though they're gonna have like a little duel in the Arrow thing, and fortunately, or in a way, I actually am late doing this review, so I'm actually about to watch the Arrow episode right after this, which I'm really excited to see because it's going to be more focused on Arrow. But it was a great episode, and that's one of the big things I loved about this team up is that it wasn't just like they're teaming up and that's all that matters for the mid-season finale episodes. It was a Flash episode. It had all the Flash components. It just had a lot of cool Arrow stuff in it too, which was really sweet. And of course, they changed the thing, and it was like Flash, and then the Arrow shot through it. But we got a lot of great elements in this episode. One of the big things coming at the end, of course, with Ronnie Raymond coming back, or officially us, getting to see him officially. So I can't wait to see when we get some answers out of that. Because the big thing for me, at least, is when he came back to life. When was that? Like, what was the time frame of him dying in the explosion? Because he was like literally the first person affected by it, because he was in the room when it went off. So what was the time frame of him dying, and then, or just changing into Firestorm? I'd love to see that. And also just how they're gonna do things as far as his character, because I know in the comics he's supposed to be like two people into that turned into one when they become Firestorm. So curious to see how they do all that stuff. But it was a great little reveal at the end with that. Whole episode I thought was just on point. Every little moment was really cool. We got typical Arrow stuff. We got some stuff that wasn't so typical. We got to see a lot more comedy moments out of both Diggle and Oliver. Like Diggle, officially seeing Barry as Flash, I thought was really, really funny. Like, he threw his fries up and he was like freaked out and just staring at him. And then when he took Felicity away, Diggle's just like, does that not freak you out? Like, it was driving him nuts. Like, he just couldn't really comprehend it. Like, oh, it's that super speed, okay. And then he sees it, like, this guy is just a red and yellow blur just like flying around. So it was really cool to see that. It was really funny. And just all the comedy of mixing the teams together, of course, was really nice. And we got to see Wells figure out that Oliver is Oliver. That was really cool. And it was just like, I still don't, I wish they said like exactly what it was that kind of tipped him off, but it could have just been the fact that he did some research. It's like, okay, she worked here with this person and this and that, and he could have just been like, all right, I got it. Or he knew. I mean, I feel like he wouldn't have just asked if he didn't know to begin with. So I don't know if he really did figure it out, or if he already knew from the future. But I think he actually did figure it out, because he didn't know, he didn't already know the answers. We don't really know. He could know all the answers, but at the same time, I kind of feel like he did just figure it out because he's smart. Like, he's a guy from the future. He's tricking everybody. He's been doing it for a long time. I'd like to think he has some resources on his own that we still haven't gotten to see yet, that he can utilize to help him figure certain things out. So that was a cool scene. The action was really good in this episode. Of course, getting to see the Flash and the Arrow fight was really cool, and Oliver versus Barry, and just all the different tactics. And one of the greatest things in this episode was something that was super, super minor, and that was them training, which I hope I get to see a lot more of in the Arrow thing. But them training, even though it was like a split second, was really, really great. Like, of course, Oliver brought up, like, how do you have super speed but you're still late to stuff? And he trains him, and he gives him the warning, basically. It's like, when you go into something, do you case out the entire place? Do you look at the whole thing? Because you have the time. You can just run around super speed, check everything out, but you run in blind. And we got to see one of those moments where Barry was a little bit cocky, and he's like, all right, I'm going to get hit by an arrow. I'll humor you. And so he catches the arrow, and then he gets shot in the back twice. And it's just like, he just said, like, all you have to do, case things out, look beyond face value. And that's a really great example for him. And we even see it in this episode. That's how he got caught. He ran into the house and was like, I'm going to stop right at this doorway, and I'm going to walk right in. And he could have just ran in super speed, looked up and down the whole thing, but like, oh, there's that guy. He could have slapped him and he would have won. Like, at super speed, he could have just slapped that guy and it would have been over. But he messed up, and it was just a really good lesson. And hopefully we get to see him train like I said, in the Arrow stuff, but also, we've seen him do the training as far as speed, but we need to see him train. We need to really see him blend his, actual job skills with his, superpowers. Because if he looked at things the way he does when he works, where it's like, okay, I can look at this, and I can look at a shoe print and say it's like a size, 10 guys or something like that. If he can just look at a shoe print and see that, he should just do that. Like he should just go to a scene and just look at things and see how things are set up, or just run in super speed, because technically he can, but they kind of do that for us as viewers, because otherwise he would just run in and it would be over super fast. But I love the episode. The villain not being a big part of the episode, I thought was very interesting. Like, they don't even show how they take the guy down. It was just like they had their fight and then they cured Barry, which is really the big point. And then they came back and it's like, all right, he's locked up, let's go. And that was it. And I thought that was actually pretty interesting. But I liked the villain. The little bit of, we got to actually see that guy. He wasn't really important, but I enjoyed him. I enjoyed the way he manipulated people mentally. It was just like, he would see the color red and it would make people angry. And that was really cool. We got to see that beginning portion in the bank, and it was just like mass chaos. There, the one was about to shoot the one guy, which I thought Barry did a super risky thing by putting the little, penny thing. Like, it might be a bank, but I would have been like, that, you never know how cheap they might go with this silly little penny slot thing. So, it was super risky, and that guy only got saved by that little bar. So I thought that was kind of funny. But I love the episode. I can't wait to see the Arrow side of things and how they do that. And that one, of course, is going to have a much bigger focus on Captain Boomerang. So this one was just really the Flash versus Arrow stuff. But it was a great episode. Tons of little points like Barry training. They had a little point at the end also with Oliver actually running into the woman that his mother paid to basically leave and hide the fact that he has a child out there. That was very interesting. I thought, I feel like they put that in there, and she's basically where Flash is. So with all these team ups and stuff like that, it kind of just says like they're gonna make that a plot point in some way. Like, she's very close by, so they're gonna make it a plot point, in some future episode of Arrow maybe. And I think it would be great to see that. And also they have the stuff with Felicity asking if they could sort of look at the DNA sample on the Arrow. So that was pretty cool. Like, they're gonna once again tie in to help figure out who actually killed Canary. So, a great episode. Tons of little points. Great ending, showing finally getting to see Firestorm, and he's just out doing his thing. He's still in the city. He's still, him. He's completely materialized. So we got to just wait to get answers for that. But it was a great episode. Nice bit of fan service, but at the same time, it was still a really good Flash episode. We got the emotional stuff. Evil Barry was really freaking cool to me. I really enjoyed that. I knew he wasn't going to actually end up killing anyone, because it's, he's not going to kill off one of the main characters, but that was actually really cool, seeing him kind of freak out in front of everybody and stuff. Overall, loved the episode. That was really great. Can't wait to see what they do with the rest of this season. And, now I'm going to get to go and watch the Arrow side of things, so I'm excited for that too. But of course, comment below, let me know what you guys thought about this one, your favorite parts, your least favorite parts, and what do you guys think they're going to be doing for the rest of the season. I mean, we've had a ton of hints dropped all over the place. The Rogues are going to be coming in. We got Firestorm coming in. We have Barry kind of hitting the next level now. He's like, just every time he fights someone hard, it's like, all right, he has a huge challenge, he gets over that challenge, and he basically just gets an upgrade in his ability. So we got a lot kind of just blending in together. We got a couple little references to like the Grodd stuff. I don't know. I highly doubt they'll bring that back this season, but you never really know. I mean, they're kind of used to Arrow, so it's like they kind of have the formula down as far as superhero shows. So we never really know what to expect. Plus, they're doing all super powered villains anyway, so they might just bring in a big one for the season finale, or last 2 episodes or something. But what do you guys think they're going to be doing for the rest of this season? Of course, comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.